Righto team, welcome back. It's a blustery old day here in far north Queensland. I've got smoke billowing everywhere and it's threatening to rain, but never fear, we'll get on with it regardless. Today we're going to cook one of my all-time, and I mean all-time favourite recipes. First adapted from Christine Manfield's recipe all those years ago. I'm not even sure if we're making it exactly the same as it was in the recipe book, but if you're ever watching this, Chrissy, love you to bits and great inspiration. Green masala sauce. It's an absolute staple in the Nunu kitchen. Fantastic for you weekend warriors out there who want to dutch up a big batch of something really interesting that's going to last for ages in the fridge and just be a fantastic addition to your cooking repertoire. It is really, really versatile, fantastic on fish, fantastic on vegetables, and lovely simmered into a broth to make a really heady and delicious soup. And what is it, you ask? Mountains of mint, probably best if you grow it yourself, coriander, garlic, ginger, turmeric, some fenugreek, coriander seeds, cardamom seeds, clove and cumin. And it's all fried off in vegetable oil and then seasoned with some vinegar. It makes for just an incredibly delicious and spicy South Indian tasting relish and condiment. Super delicious. Let's get into it. Righto, to kick this off, we need to hydrate our fenugreek seeds. And we do that with some bog standard malt vinegar. Bring it to the boil with the fenugreek seeds. It's just started pouring here, so I don't know how I'm going to go. But I'll do my best in the rain. Doesn't really matter. Cooking in the rain is just as fun anyway. So some vinegar on the stove and some fenugreek. What did I have there? About 8 tablespoons to 600 mils or so. I think 750 mils, regardless. Fenugreek and vinegar. Next we want to toast the spices. And we can do that in a low, slow oven or on top of the stove top or on top of the fire here, but I might just put them on the front of the hearth where they're going to cook for a long time and roast all the way through to the middle, coaxing as much as we can of that kind of roasted yumminess out of the spices. So they can just sit right there. So our spices are toasting off nicely there. Next up, we want to blend up the paste. Now, the turmeric is looking super plump and fresh and delicious, and I don't think we need to peel it because it's in such great condition. So that really just needs to be chopped up and popped in the blender. Now the ginger on the other hand, definitely needs peeling. It's getting a little bit older and more mature and the skin will be too tough. But we can keep that skin if we peel it off and make a really yummy ginger oil out of it. But because I absolutely hate wastage, we can grab all of these ginger skins, put them straight in a pot. I'm going to add some of the oil that I was going to put into the green masala paste anyway. We can just warm that over the fire and that'll impart this incredible ginger flavour straight into the oil so nothing gets wasted. I've got here our ginger and our turmeric and we're just going to bang it in the blender. You could pound it up for hours, but we don't need to do that today. Just going to bang it in the blender with some salt, it's an abrasive, and some of our vegetable oil so the machine can get going. And then just give it butter. That's fantastic. Now that's nice and smooth, and we can put that off to the side. Just check that it is smooth. These have all been washed and cleaned. Make sure you go to the effort because if you get grit in the final paste, it seems like such a waste of a day's cooking. Stems on, I don't bother picking it. The mint, look, if there's some bigger, heavier stems, I take them out, especially the root end, but the reality is I just bang it all in the blender as it is. Now that looks and smells amazing. And you can just do that with the rest of the herbs. Now I'm up to my last batch of herbs and I've just realised I haven't put the garlic in and that would be a great disservice to this dish. So here I have about 40 or 50 cloves of garlic and I'm just going to add those to the blender as well. If you're having trouble blending all of this and you feel like you're about to ruin your blender for life, you can use a little bit of water to help moisten the paste. and just get the blender going so it doesn't end up breaking anything. But what we're looking for is this fantastic, look at that, pesto-y looking relish that we're about to cook over the fire. Now that's the herbs all blended with the garlic, and turmeric and ginger. And now without cleaning the blender, we can blend up the bloomed fenugreek seeds. Now these guys have just been sitting there for about 30 or 40 minutes. It's the fenugreek that's been, my hands are already stained from the turmeric. But then you know you've been cooking. The fenugreek's just bloomed and grown in the vinegar. Crazy perfume. And we're just going to blend that while it's hot, seeds and all, and you can see how plump and juicy they are. We're going to blend those guys straight away in the dirty blender. Absolutely no need to clean it because it's going straight back in the pot with the other stuff. Now being hot, just make sure it doesn't blow up in your face. Wow, now look at those guys. Golden brown and toasty, roasted all the way to the core. Already such a fantastic perfume. Oh. Grind those in the mortar and pestle. Now, fantastic trick for when you're doing this is add some salt. We're going to add salt to the dish later, so it doesn't really matter. And the salt's a fantastic abrasive for helping to grind up those spices. Now, like most mortar and pestles, I must have dropped it 1,000 times and I've lost half of the pestle. Well, that doesn't matter. Now, as you pound those seeds, oh, the smell is just so intoxicating. And that, oh, is amazing. We are ready to get this thing going. Let's get our wok on. And yes, that's a giant wok. And into there, we can add our reserved oil with the ginger skins in it. Now it has been raining, so it might bubble and spit a bit. We'll just wait for that to warm up so the paste fries. That oil's getting damn hot, so we can add our paste. And you just keep stirring to make sure it doesn't stick. And we can add the spice paste at the same time. That just needs to be stirred. We can add the vinegar and the fenugreek as well. And some salt. Now that is just amazing. The smell is incredible. Oh. Wow. Now that there is ready for seasoning. It looks absolutely incredible. It's completely curdled and most of the moisture's been driven out of the herbs, and what we're left with is just this really strong, pungent, delicious paste. And now it needs its final seasoning. So we've got some fish sauce. I'm going to bang a bunch of fish sauce in. I would have said this before, use a really high quality fish sauce. So much more delicious. An incredible umami flavour. Probably needs a titch more than that. That's a little bit more salt factor. And then we've got some sesame oil as well. And again, probably not too much sesame oil, just enough to give it that beautiful nuttiness. Does he? So there you go, guys. Green masala, cooked in the wok. Just delicious and heady South Indian flavoured relish. A fantastic addition to the home kitchen. Give it a go yourself. Such a fun thing to make. It's so yummy. It's probably going to stain everything yellow, but who cares, huh? If not, come and grab some at Nunu. We've got it there jarred up. Really, really yummy stuff. Give it a go. Thanks.